This video is sponsored by PotownStore.com, the best place to get yourself some TCGO code cards. Whether you're looking for that last card to complete your online deck or just to get the latest booster packs in town, they literally have everything. You can use the coupon code ZapDoesTCG to get 5% off your next order. Also, this video is sponsored by Cardmarket.com. Cardmarket is a European platform where you're able to buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. I personally use it every single day, and you can use the referral name ZapDoesTCG to help support the channel. This video is also sponsored by YourPlaymat.com. This is a website to create your own custom playmat from scratch. You can upload your own unique design or your favorite wallpaper and then turn it into a beautiful playmat. There's a link down below to get 10% off your next order. Last but certainly not least is DragonShield.com. There are links down below for people from the US and people from Europe where you're going to be able to buy sleeves, binders, and deck boxes. And of course, Dragon Shield is the best brand to protect your beautiful cards. I recommend them for every tournament, so definitely check out the links, and it's going to help out support the channel so much. So thanks for sticking around with the commercials, and let's get this video started already. Peace! Sup YouTube, it's ZapDoesTCG here, and welcome back to our TCG video on my channel. On this channel you get daily Pokemon TCG uploads, so be sure to hit that subscribe button if you're new to the channel so you don't miss out. Today we're going to be doing a very interesting video. It's going to be a Liverpool Regionals discussion, so I'm going to be talking about the current state of the meta, I'm going to be talking about the best decks in the format, and we're going to be talking about what I'm personally expecting during round one, actually day one of the Regionals itself. Since I'm going to the Regionals, be sure to say hi if you of course go to the Liverpool Regionals as well. So you can see here decks considered: Lugia, Lawson Box, Mew, Regis, Arceus Duraludon, Giratina Lawson Box, Palkia Talion, Zoroark Box, Eternus, and yeah, there's two Zoroark boxes in here, one with Chinchino, one without. So yeah, as you can see here, this is the meta, how it is right now, the matchup spread. So as you can see, with the best deck in the format, Lugia, having almost 50s across the board, 50-50s or even above. So that means it's probably one of the stronger decks in the format. Mew also very closely on top of that with a lot of 50-50s across the board. What does that mean is that you can practically win against anything, and it's very hard to counter you. For Mew, it's a little bit easier since you can just slap in some Drapions in your list and you're fine with it. So depends on how much Mew you're expecting in the first place. Other decks are a little bit lower down here with their win percentage, but Reggie's also doing pretty great, as well as Lawson Boxes. But Lawson Boxes is a little bit different because they could be packing Kyogre, they could be packing Rayquaza. You don't always know what they're packing, and some niche archetypes like Arceus Duraludon and Eternus are also still performing quite well. So these are the decks we're going to be taking a closer look at. We're also going to be doing a tier list, very quick tier list in this video. I'm going to be giving a discussion as well. So I'm going to be giving you the 5 best decks that I personally would take to the tournament. So yeah, that if you take these, you're going to be probably doing very well at the tournament since they are very well established decks. So without further ado, let's get going with number 5. Aerodactyl Vikavolt. So Vikavolt is a strong archetype, having favorable matchup against the best decks in the format in hand size like Lugia VSTAR. You have Aerodactyl to shut down Summoning Star, and you have Vikavolt if you go second to just make sure they cannot play item cards. If they're not able to play Ultra Ball or Evolution Essence, it's going to be way harder for them to get those Archeops in the discard pile. Also, Vikavolt is very great against Lawson Boxes as they cannot play their Mirage Gates, and they can also not play any of their switching outs like Scoop Up Net, switch cards, etc. All their items are blocked because of Vikavolt, and you can easily cheeky get prize cards because Vikavolt with Paralyzing Bolt on top of the Zapdos from Pokemon Go slaps 60. Then you can go for Galarian, Zigzagoon, and Scoop Up Net to get multiple prize cards all at once, which is super nice to utilize. For a Sealstone can get you any card you want from the deck if you're not utilizing Aerodactyl V-Star's power. And the cool thing is that you also have a Raikou as a very fast and sufficient attacker, and you do have answers for the Mew in the form of Drapion, and then Ditto V can transform into any Pokemon you want, another Vikavolt, another Raikou, another Drapion. It is all possible with a list like this. It is very turbo. You use the Celebrations Mew to pretty much draw half of your deck because you use Mew, you use Tracking Shoes, you have the Speed Lightning Energy, you have the concealed cards of Radiant Greninja. So pretty much you're drawing very quickly through your deck to get the combo going. And even though The Paralyzing Bolt doesn't have the biggest damage output. At one point, you can also go for the Super Zap Cannon to take your last couple of prize cards. With the addition of Zapdos and Galarian Zigzagoon, you can get some decent numbers done here and there. So this also did very well the last couple of regionals, so I'm expecting it to see the exact same trend. It has a great matchup against Lugia, and it has a great matchup against Lawson Box, and that's why I'm putting it here on the number 5th spot. Moving forward, everyone's favorite deck, the Regis. Number 4 here for the Regis. Regis has been a well-established archetype in the metagame, and it has been seeing a dominance of performance throughout this season, and it is not going anywhere, even though people say like Lugia has a very great matchup against us if they're playing Dunsparce and Manaphy, but not all lists are playing the Dunsparce and not all lists are playing the Manaphy. And even if they are playing that, it is still going to be a very close match, as this list is running 1 Boss's Orders and 2 Serena. So you can definitely gust and you can uptrade. So first of all, you can also go for the Regigigas with the targeted bolt to snipe. So you can snipe a Dunsparce if they didn't slap down Manaphy in time. And then afterwards, you can just hit for weakness with the help of Choice Belt to just knock out the opposing Lugias. Very great for sure. This is a very well-established archetype, and I enjoy playing it. I have like half of my championship points already with the Regi deck alone, so I'm still doubting to play this. It's a very solid list. You have the Cape of Toughness for the mirror match, but could also work miracles against Lawson boxes that want to be utilizing those snipes with amazing rare Raikou, or with the Sableye spread. With, of course, the Cape of Toughness, you can put the Regi to 170, or even put the Regigigas to 200 HP, so it's a very cool card for sure. Also gets you out of range from pesky Stoutlands, which sometimes can be troublesome if they do KO your Regigigas with 120 HP. So very cool archetype. Marnie Pad still strong, and I'm not seeing this deck performing badly because it's almost my exact 60 to be honest, and I wouldn't change a lot of cards to be perfectly fair here. Yeah, the only thing I have is like I have a Fort Marnie instead of a Fort Research because I like utilizing Marnie Pad, and a lot of decks it is going to be your winning condition. Moving forward, number 3 is going to be Mew VMAX. I preferred the DTE build over the Fusion build, seeing as this has been seeing way more success. You have, of course, access to a lot of great things with this, and it comes packed with Judge and Marnie. Judge and Path to the Peak. So with that mean is you can just, even if the opponent is playing Oranguru to protect the top card of their deck, you can just Judge that away and use Path and win games. You have Cross Switcher as your gusting capabilities. You have, of course, the Mew that can copy the attacks from the Pokemon on the bench, so you can go for Psychic Leaps from time to time. You have, of course, access to Roxanne Path, which is even more deadlier in the late game, and with access like cards like Echoing Horn, you can easily KO stuff that has already been knocked out, like weak HP, basic V Pokemon. Take those additional prize cards because Echoing Horn, Cross Switcher is a thing. Echoing Horn, Cross Switcher, Roxanne Path, you could do it all in one turn, and you can even have the Lost Cities here to just put the Drapions in the Lost Zone because you don't want to be seeing multiple Drapions in a game. So the Big Parasol also protects yourself from amazing rare Yveltal, and also could help against the Cry of Destruction Yveltal. We don't see a lot of control as of late because Rayquaza is doing so well, and yeah, the Big Parasol definitely protects against those pesky things. Also could help against random paralyzation stuff, but yeah, more importantly, you cannot get one-hit KO by amazing rare Yveltal. So cool list, very consistent. You have 4 Quick Ball, 4 Ultra Ball, 4 Battle VIP, 4 Genesect, 2 4 Seal Stone, 4 Cramomatic. This deck just draws the best out of all the decks in the format. Moving forward, number 2, I'll put it here, the Rayquaza Lost Zone box. This has proven itself ever since like Pablo Meza did well with it, and it is a very great deck. You can pressurize Lugias immediately by using Mirage Gate on a Raikou V or an amazing rare Raikou, so you can KO them before they're evolving. If they did slap down stuff like, for instance, a Dunsparce or maybe a Manaphy, you can just you can boss it up, or you can rope, so you can take those down first, which is very crazy to see because this deck is going to be utilizing Comfy with Flower Selecting. Use Flower Selecting, and then on top of that, you can have Colorless Experiment to get a lot of cards in the Lost Zone. If you can get 4 in the Lost Zone, you can attack freely with Cramorant. If you have 10 in the Lost Zone, you can use the Sableye to spread 12 damage counters. I know, it's ridiculous. This card is bonkers. And if you have 7 in the Lost Zone, you have the Mirage Gate capability. So you can accelerate 2 energies straight from the deck, and that's going to help out with Rayquaza and the amazing burst, slapping 80 damage for every energy discarded by the attack. And you can have every different type on there. If you have 5 different types, boom, you slap 400 damage. Even the biggest of targets like Tierlist VMAX, for instance, will get annihilated. So I'm a big fan of a deck like this, and I've been playtesting with this a whole lot. So I'm still dying to take this exact 60 because there's not a lot of things that I would change in my list. I personally have like a third copy of Raihan. And what did I cut for that? I think it was a capture energy, so not a lot of changes to be made to the list. It's a very great list, and you should all test it out because it's so strong. And then the number 1 pick, you could have guessed it already, it is Lugia VSTAR. Lugia VSTAR is just so strong and dominant. This is utilizing the Snorlax inclusion in here, which helps out with paralyzation decks here and there. You could also have the Bird Keeper as a way, so you're not able to get paralyzed. You have, of course, amazing Yveltal, being able to one-hit KO anything in existence. You can accelerate energies with Archeops. The only thing you need to do is get Archeops in the discard pile ASAP, then evolve into Lugia VSTAR, use that Summoning Star, and the game is already set in motion. Your prize cards, you can take them quicker than ever before. You have the Stoutland with the double dip fangs, being able to KO Comfy, being able to KO Sobble sometimes, being able to KO Regigigas if you get 4 powerful card energies onto it, and then you can take 2 prize cards if you knock out the basic. How perfect and amazing is that? If you can get the Stoutland out, you can get multiple prize cards here, you're going to be definitely winning the game for sure. You have access to a whole lot of special energies here, powerful for more damage output. Aurora, so you can attack with Charizard, Lumineon, Yveltal. It doesn't stop there. You can even have the double turbo, so even if you only get 1 Archeops out and you weren't able to accelerate any energies, you could still attack going turn 2 by getting 1 Archeops out and using double turbo energies onto Lugia VSTAR. So this attack is very strong, and it is very consistent with like research, for evolution essence, for Ultra Ball. You can get those Archeops into this card pile very easily, and this is an exact 60 I would play if I would be playing Lugia VSTAR. Be careful of the Aerodactyls though, they might be around, but if you're more consistent, you're probably going to be doing very well at the upcoming tournament. Then, being said, we've talked about the matchup spreads here and there. Now it's time to talk about the tier list, right? I'm going to be doing a quick tier list just for you guys so you have an understanding of how I feel the meta is placed right now. We have one S tier deck. It is Lugia Archeops. Then a couple of A decks is Mew, Lost Zone Box, and I probably would only put these 2 on here. So then for the B decks, we have Regis, Duraludon. There's also Arceus Binder Drop kind of decks. Vikavolt also belonging here. Mewtwo Control, I'm also going to be putting it here, though I put it in tier C for now, because I personally think with Rayquaza doing so well, and Lugia's being able to, of course, have sometimes the answers for control kind of thing. Sometimes they're playing Espeon, sometimes they do have answers for it, so yeah, sometimes they have the double Lumineon and all that, so putting control a little bit less good than Tina. Still a solid deck, but also put it in C. It has a very bad matchup against Lugia VSTAR because of the comfies. They take multiple prize cards and all that good stuff. Palkia also solid tier B deck. Zoroark box, I'll put that in. I'll put it in tier D, and Eternatus I'll put it in tier B as well. So a lot of mid-range decks, a little bit less good decks because they have seen better days. And then there's the Zoroark box because there's too much Lost Zone box. I've seen so many Lost Zone boxes. People are now confident to be playing Lost Zone decks. In the past, people were like hesitant to be playing Lost Zone boxes because they are very difficult. But after months, when these cards are released, people will eventually grab towards, and Rayquaza is just such a cool Pokemon. So this is my tier list right now for the Liverpool Regionals, the end of the Silver Tempest meta, before we're heading into Crown Zenith. So let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. What will win the Liverpool Regionals? Which deck would you probably possibly bring to the tournament if you were going yourself? I want to know all your opinions down below in the comments. Let's get a discussion started. For me personally, I'm very hesitant to pick a B deck because if you're playing picking an A or an S tier deck, people will counter against you. Against Lugia, they can get Aerodactyls. Against Box, they can Vikavolt, they can Mew, they have Drapion. So I would be putting something that doesn't have a huge target on its back. But hey, that's just me. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and thank you for enjoying and checking out this video all the way to the end. If you enjoyed it, be sure to let me know by rocking the hell out of the like button. Helps out in many ways. Go check out the sponsors, PotownStore.com, the best place for TCGO code cards. They will have crowns in it, codes up on the stock very, very shortly. And also, yeah, go check out cardmarket.com. If you're a European player, you can buy and sell cards to people all across Europe. Use your referral name, TCG. Get out, of course, the best brand quality sleeves with Dragon Shield for people from the US and Europe. There are links down below to purchase sleeves, binders, and cool deck boxes. Last but not least is yourplaymat.com, where you're able to create your own custom playmat. They ship worldwide, and now you can get 10% off by clicking that link down below. And you can just upload your favorite wallpaper or design, and they turn it into a wonderful playmat for the rest of the season. Have yourself a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys sooner rather than later with more Pokemon TCG epicness. Peace.